we're back with another book haul because I feel directionless. It's very canlit, very feminist, once again, because we all know what this channel is. And most of the books were acquired at an annual book drive that happens in my city, which is what prompted the first book haul I ever did on this channel, which is about a year ago. That's how annually works. However, there are some miscellaneous ones. I hate that I'm doing this. Firstly, right when I got back from New York, my university bookstore was having a book sale, and we all know how I feel about acquiring all the feminist nonfiction that I do, and I just cannot be stopped. I only got one though, and that was Women, Sexuality, and the Political Power of Pleasure, which is edited by Jolly, Cornwall, and Hawkins, which sounds like a really dope girl gang. And this is part of the Feminisms and Development series by Zed Books. It's gonna be so fucking lit because what the authors of this collection do is use pleasure as an entry point into the discussion of gender and development and sexuality to rail against the way that it's discussed in terms of medicalization and negative connotations in terms of conservative ideology, or the way that it's just everything's all fucked up in pornography. Next book is one that I got at one of my favorite bookstores, and that is Islands of Decolonial Love, Stories and Songs by Leanne Simpson. Leanne Simpson I have mentioned on this channel before because she was the editor of a collection of essays called Lighting the Eighth Fire, I'm Struggling, which is about transformative indigenous politics, which we talked about in my Semester from Hell Roundup #1. So I've heard about this for a while because it is like, it's more stories and songs. It's not academic. And I've heard that it's just like fucking incredible. It looks like it. And here we are. The rest of the books are from that one book drive where I basically just went to the Canadiana section and was like, hi, hello, what's up? The first book that I picked up is Daughters of Copper Women by Anne Cameron. And as it says on the back, in this retelling of Northwest Coast native creation myths, Anne Cameron has woven together the lives of legendary and historical characters to create a sublime image of the social and spiritual power of women. So, hi, hello. Also, this is written about like the specific like area that I live in, and I think it's important for me as someone who is learning how to engage in anti-colonial work that I know the specific stories of like the specific place that I live in. Next, I need to prepare myself for a second because I got a signed copy of The Virgin Cure by Amy McKay. Hi, hello, I see you, the love of my life. As I've discussed, wrote one of my fave books, which I read last year for Can Month, and that was The Birth House. And this is her second book, I think. Holy shit. I cannot contain myself. I've just been like, I've just been absently just stroking this book since I got it, which is like real fucking weird. But as we have established, I'm kind of losing myself right now. Amy McKay is my aesthetic, which is just like East Coast feminism, bioethical critique. Sometimes there's witches, you know, just me. The next two books were mostly cover buys, but so the first one is this edition of the Penguin Book of Canadian Verse, and I think this one is from the 50s. And just this pattern though, you can't really see it, but just believe me, the pattern. I mean, I've been dabbling in la poésie a little bit. Next one that I picked up is, okay, it's Two Solitudes. Yep, you said it right, by Hugh McLennan. Hello, cover by. Hello, how are you? Come through patterns. This is about French-Canadian nationalism and English nationalism during World War I, which will be interesting. It's gonna be a very, you know, white dude analysis, but that cover though. The last two books are not canlit, however, we live on. So the first one is Women's Life and Work in the Southern Colonies by Julia Cherry Spirillo. What? I bought this for either my graduating dissertation thesis or for my master's thesis degree, because my area of research that I'd like to delve into a lot more is specifically on North American settler nationalisms, particularly, what a surprise, a feminist analysis of that, and looking at why settler nationalism resulted in the specific gendered consequences of colonialism. So this will remain unread for a bit. And the last one is The Marxists, and, which is by C. Wright Mills, and this was written a fucking while ago, man. So this book I bought. I did not get this book because I think it'll be a particularly new or invigorating analysis for me, but it's a good overview. I also appreciate this thing on the back which just says, I have tried to be objective, I do not claim to be detached, which I think is funny because I feel like at the time that was like a bold statement to make, like to claim that, oh my god, academia isn't objective. What? Are you kidding me? And like now, where in the, you know, realm that I study in, that's kind of like something you kind of like try to acknowledge, like at least like a little bit. So I don't know, I just thought it was kind of funny. Also, it has blue pages. Not just blue pages, it has fucking teal pages. And this cover and the whole, it's the whole thing. Look. That was the haul. That was hopefully the last fucking haul for a while because I'm out of control. There have been 2 other hauls that I have done recently. One was all the books I accumulated when I was in New York. That will be linked. There was also another haul that came from things that were purchased in New York, which is a condom haul, which not everyone seemed to like. I took a hit on the subscriber count on that one, but worth it. Mental health crisis, but make it fashion.